Good morning, everyone. It is like 7:30 in the morning. My hair is crazy because I didn't take a shower yet. I was planning on just getting coffee, and then I decided that it would be a good time for us to take the dogs to the park. It's finally been storming, and that's just made it that it's not like super humid or crazy hot here, because the summer gets pretty bad. And so I got these two dorks with me, and we're gonna go walk around the woods. I planned on recording a vlog today, and so I thought, why not start at the dog park? I've been meaning to do more filming, like not just at my desk. And yeah, I'll be filming things and talking throughout the day. All right, my dogs are being monsters right now, which is good. That's what they're here for. Come here, baby. Of course, you're just off frame. Um, yeah, so normally I just film at my desk, and I've been meaning to do things out other places. And I figured, why not? Today's a good day to start. Dogs can run around, I can enjoy it, not being extremely humid. Uh, Dang, one of my dogs is really sprinting. Uh, Being a pain in the butt this morning. Anyway, honestly, I just feel self-conscious about my hair because I haven't showered this morning. And Pen, chill, Pen. So anyway, I don't know. I'm gonna walk around the woods a little bit. Dogs love to explore in the woods, and I like looking for birds. Maybe we'll see some owls or something. It's been a little while since I've seen the whole family of them here, but I don't know. It's summer. It's nice out. I don't know why I'm like kind of whispering as if, other people are listening. I just like walking around these little wooded area because, there's still paths. Makes it easy for us to walk around. Not like actual hiking, but it's so pleasant in here. Maybe this is the forest bathing thing they're talking about. Oh, Pepper, come here. Hi. Hey, Stinky. Fen. We have two dogs. Both are husky mixes. One of them looks a bit more husky than the other. Fen, come here. Come here. I'm talking about you. Nope. Come here. Or at least go to the camera. She loves being independent when we're out like that. She's like, I'm not coming near you. You're going to put an end to my fun. And then I walk towards her, and then she's like, cool. That's a way for me to continue walking further away. I'm not going to sit down, even though there's lots of nice little benches and logs to sit down on because, it just rained last night and this morning, so everything's still pretty wet. Yeah, so there's a creator I follow named Stan Chris. He's Stan Chris on YouTube and everything, and he does like white boy gay content. But I've been following him for a while. I like his short films. I like that apparently someone decided to start some really loud vehicle just a moment ago. Hopefully it's not on the mic. Hopefully the mic's actually picking me up. I don't know what's going on. This is a closed off area, but there's roads, like not far out of here. Anyway, so yeah, I follow Stan Chris, and I even followed him a lot more once he got a fursuit and became public about being a furry because, special interest and all that. Plus, no parasocial relationship, but I do like the bear fursuit he has. But he is in Provincetown this month, and I know that because he has been doing a series of daily vlogs about, his experiences out there. And I don't really know how some people do vlogging. I'm trying to get myself into that mindset of like, this can be a way for me to express myself, share things with other people, talk about what I'm doing. I feel like a lot of stuff I do during the day is kind of boring. And then at the same time, I will go and watch people just do their daily normal things. Anyway, let's keep walking. There are wild grape plants all over here at the park. These are muscadine grapes, and I really wanted to take some home with me. I used to grow muscadines. They're not the sweetest. They're usually used for like making wine or adding to other food. But the problem is you think that these are like short little branches, short little vines, and then you start teasing away at one and realize just how far it goes. And, I start tugging on one and it's gonna like go dozens of feet away. So it ends up being really hard just to find one that I can take home with me. But yeah, if we walk around, we'll see them all over the ground over here. Got a beautyberry plant here. These ones I just assumed because they're bright red. Like I thought, oh, those are probably poisonous. Probably shouldn't eat them. And then I looked them up and it turns out that no, people do eat them and use them for medicinal purposes and stuff. They're not toxic to the animals, which is good because we have some growing at our home. I know somewhere around here, there's some that I've seen that are like the size of some of the tall trees out here. Um, but yeah, there'll be small little bushes up to big trees. Anyway, so this week I've been doing a lot of work on PawPals. I'm really excited about it, but I admit on Monday evening I had a little bit of I want to say scare. I mean, I certainly had less of a scare than the other person did. So another furry created an app called TailTag, which seemed like a fun idea, and I love when people create things and just give them back to the community. One thing that really gets me down, one thing that really stresses me though, is how often people just want to attack things just because. So to clarify, if you're aware of that situation at all, I am aware that there was a security issue. There were some, or I think a few security issues, security breach, probably nothing really major, but things that could be a problem later. But the app was open for like a week and the creator deleted all the data and everything. And I think they're going to rebuild it, maybe, maybe not. I'm not trying to excuse anything. I am trying to say that a lot of small communities, and furries definitely do this, so much we'll put so much effort into just being haters, I'll be honest. What I mean by that is like there are things that people are sending, threats and angry messages and saying all sorts of stupid shit. And what it all boils down to is this person did a thing, I don't like it, mistakes were made. And again, however you feel about how this whole situation itself went down, I'm not saying that you're right or wrong for that feeling, but I am saying that we routinely let huge corporations do all sorts of crazy shit with our data and fuck us over and everything. We don't do anything about that. Um, and yet, when it's a smaller creator as part of the community, we have someone to hate on directly, and so that person will get pushed with all that hate. It's certainly something that I've experienced with running a Mastodon server, where because myself and the other mods are known, people can have a lot stronger opinions about us than they can about any moderator for any, complete hell site like Twitter. Sure, Twitter now people can get mad because of just like one owner who's, a piece of shit. But the point is they don't have the same kind of direct access that they do, when they're talking about a smaller creator with a smaller site. Yeah, sorry, switching hands was just because my arm got tired, and I'm sure this one will too. Let me actually, let me set this down. I love bird watching. I love birds. I don't know if you can hear the ones in the background here. Um, I am rambling a lot, partly because I ramble, partly because I don't know what I'm going to say, partly because I'm trying to have spatial awareness for both the dogs, whatever it is they're digging up, and other people coming by. Um, but yeah, let's see. So I'm talking about TailTag. Well, really, I'm talking about making apps. So I'm making my app PawPals. It's a link in bio app for furries. I've talked about it before here, and I have a lot of things that concern me. And on Monday evening, I just got, that kind of like I got a bit of a why bother moment, mainly because I was seeing how much hate there was online, how many things were suddenly like, oh, this is bad and terrible, not just this specific app is bad and terrible because of security practices and the dev and all of that. Again, not here to say specific things for that case, except for I also noticed a lot of people being like, oh, these kind of apps come all the time. Some idiot thinks they can do this and blah, blah, blah. And, these are a dime a dozen and yada, yada. And I don't even know if that's true. One, I've not seen this kind of app before. But two, doesn't matter. There are so many websites and so many apps that do the same features. Like, who cares? Um, again, I'll talk about the Fediverse. There's something that, a lot of people are like, ugh, every year some cis white tech bro decides to create a new way to scrape our data and say that it's fine and stuff. And I don't know. I don't know what to say to that besides like you're going to have opinions one way or the other on that, and they're going to shape how you feel, about just even making that comment. But then let's say you don't really have a super strong opinion, like most people for most things. When most of these interactions come up, I don't already have super strong opinions about them, and I don't want to treat them like they're super strong opinions. Because I've just found, and it comes in the furry space a lot, comes in the Fediverse space a lot, that a lot of people really treat everything as life or death. Oh no, this thing was insecure and some personal info got out. Here is the worst possible scenario for that. Here's the worst possible thing that could happen. And most of that information isn't stuff that's like you're not going to, I doubt any real harm is going to come from this, is what I'll say. I'm trying to be a little careful because, again, I don't know full details for that. And also, I don't want people to think that I am weighing in specifically on this one app, one argument. My point, again, being besides the fact that it's a small creator, so you have the ability to interact with them more, aka directly harm that person more. You also have someone who, is trying to do something not because they're trying to make a huge profit or take over the world, and run whole countries like all of the other big tech companies out there do. You have people going, I want to make something fun for my community. And that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm trying to create a link in bio app, more of a website, but I want it to be accessible on the phones, app style, that you can create profiles and hopefully style them a little bit more. I have a lot of theming ideas that I came up with yesterday that I'm going to push into like a second version. But the point is I want something where people can share all their info and not just have it be tied directly to a for-profit company, and have something that they can more easily share with other people. I'm realize that I'm not going to get all furries to have their own websites, even though it's something I would really like. So instead, I want them to be able to have places to share their info. And more importantly, since Linktree card already exists and I could just say use that, I want them to be discoverable. That's part of what PawPals is supposed to do, is make it so that, I could go and look and be like, hey, who's going to be going to uh, NFC next year, or who tagged that they are a fursuit maker and that they're open for commissions right now, or I have a podcast and I want to find some other furry to be a guest. I don't know what's gotten in my dogs, but you know what? If they're enjoying themselves, that's the point of being here. Anyway, so yeah, rambling aside, I have this idea of PawPals, and it is going to be handling some sensitive info, but the intention is for anything people put up there to be public already. So they should be the ones deciding if that info is something they want to keep secure or not. And then there are, other things that, yes, like passwords and reset tokens and the actual email they use and things like that, that of course I absolutely do want to keep secure and private. Um, I'm going to be working really hard, especially after this week, to ensure that I'm doing the things that I can. And, I already have some people who I've reached out to in the past about like potential security audits and things like that. Um, Honestly, the hardest thing has just been building out the main functionality of the app and trying to find a designer because I want to have some eventually mascots done and some branding and a logo and stuff like that. And I would rather pay a furry to do that, than some random person. Separate issue entirely is if I post about it on social media, so many bots come out of the woodworks, to say that they'll do it for me. And it's sometimes harder to see their bots, but usually it's pretty easy just to scroll back and see the entire thing that they post is commission work, or just to buy commissions, and then the account started like a month ago maybe. Um, so it's not been easy. It's not been hard to avoid those, but it has been hard to get anything that isn't those. I learned about all sorts of topics. I'm sure I'll talk about this a bit more at home because, again, I'm really excited with what's going on with PawPals, but now I'm also even more nervous. My imposter syndrome is already like super high, and having the worry that the thing that I create and put out in the world is going to be torn to shreds does make me feel bad and does make me wonder why bother. And I realize that's a bad mindset to have, and we wouldn't have anything if people didn't put themselves out there. But that's also the point that I want to make to people within the many communities that I'm in and just in general. Remember that other people out there creating these things are real people. Like, it's absurd that I actually see someone go into someone's art post and tell them about why their art sucks and stuff. Sure, nowadays I'm more likely to see someone say, oh, this is an AI generated image or something. But I used to see all the time people be like, wow, your drawing sucks. Get better before you post something, or, whatever. And I'm, maybe using exaggerated words here, not exact things, but yeah, it's something I've seen for a while. And it's the reason that I haven't almost never post my art anywhere, because I always feel like I'm practicing. I always feel like there's things I can improve my art. And there's always artists who I admire, who I appreciate their work, who I'm like, I'm never going to be at that level. So if I can't be at that level, why do anything? That's a stupid idea. And yet our brains are really good at convincing us of stupid ideas. um, but yeah, PawPals has been a lot of the work. I really wanted to have a private beta for people who are going to be testing it out this week. I'm now not sure if that's going to happen because again, I want to make even more changes to it. But the functionality I really like. I'm really happy with a lot of the functionality so far, and I just have a nice task list of things that I think like, oh, this would be a cool idea, or oh, this thing could be improved, or oh, this thing is broken, and I just add them to it and kind of triage a little bit. But I've just been going through and building things, and that has been a really pleasurable experience. I do web development for a living. I'm working on a big static site migration for a client that involves a lot of like data manipulation. I have been trying to use some tools. I've been scripting a lot out to scrape the posts that they have and find some metadata within the post content, that they didn't actually tag, and automate tagging it. So that's been fun and interesting. But, again, I want to work on my own projects. And I'm sure I'll show you some of the art that I've been working on and trying to improve my coloring a bit. This is just something that comes a little bit more naturally to me. I've been, coding for 25 years. I don't know. And it's something that like I enjoy doing. I've always wanted to share more with people, have them appreciate that they can do more of this themselves, which is really what I like about building things on the web, that it can be really collaborative and that it all can also be very easy to get started if you so choose. I should know because I'm an idiot and I was able to do things. um, but yeah, so I'm doing things like I'm practicing drawing regularly, and I will start drawing, and then I will also You know what? I'm going to pause because it seems like my dog's caught something.
All right, I'm back. Um, it's a few hours later now than when we were at the dog park. By the way, the thing at the dog park was a mole that was in a little mole hole, and my dog dug a little bit and stuck her snout in, and it started squeaking. And so I had to go make her go leave it alone. And we left it a little more walking around and everything. But mole is fine. I confirmed. Just dog doing dog thing in the woods. Um, anyway, I'm home, took a shower, did some house chores. I have a lot of house cleaning tasks that I do every Wednesday, so I got those things out of the way. I remember I went to I think it was a Halloween market, like an artist market, and we bought some succulents. And we asked the woman who was selling them about watering things, and she said on Wednesdays we water our plants. And since we already like Mean Girls, it was really easy for us to just remember that, and that stuck into a thing that I'm like, yeah, okay, Wednesdays we water plants. Um, anyway, I ramble about every old thing. Yeah, so I'm back at my desk. I took a shower after doing some cleaning and everything. My hair still looks like a mess. I know a lot of people tell me that they like it like wavy, but I don't know. It gets wavy and poofy because that is the kind of hair I have and the kind of humidity we have. Um, where are we at? So I've been working on PawPals. I am really happy with how a lot of it has been going, but as I mentioned earlier, I have a little bit of extra just like personal fear and stress this week, just because I'm going to be like, hey, I'm putting out a furry app for furries to use, and this is going to be fresh on their minds, so that's awesome. But I don't know, we'll see how it works out. I'm going to be having private beta testers anyway, and I do have a friend who's going to help with a little bit of a security review. They already offered. Where else? I have been working on drawing some more. Yesterday, I finished a drawing of a buff Rattata. I'll pop it up on screen because I'm still coloring it. I'm trying to do a little bit better on coloring and shading now. I watched some tutorials recently because I've never really been that great at that, and I've been trying to work on all my other skills first. But now I want to improve my coloring and shading and stuff. Um, so the idea for this one is that it's like a mix of a Machamp and a Rattata, because if you're one of the people who is aware in the Pokemon games, near the beginning of each game, you'll meet a kid named Youngster Joey with a Rattata, and he has like two lines that he says a lot. He likes to tell you that he likes wearing shorts because they are easy to wear and comfortable. And he also says that his Rattata is in the top percent of all Rattata. And I thought, well, I'm going to take that a step further and just stretch this Rattata out into grossly different proportions. And what do we know? Machamp is right there, or Machoke really, because still two arms. But I decided to go with the belt. I put the fire energy emblem from the Pokemon trading card game on it, and yeah, I don't know. I'm so much happier with the line art. I've always had an issue in the past where I'm always going to be critical of my own work, as we all are, but I could never really get good variable line weight, and I feel like I've started to get a little bit better at that. Um, I am also, always concerned because besides it not being my forte, I can only focus for a few minutes at a time, and then there are also the times that I will be trying to draw, and my hand will cramp up, my hand might start shaking. It will feel uncomfortable to hold the pencil and draw for too long, because of all the other fun things I do in my life that make my hands not work so well. I've never really had good grip strength. Again, I know, random tangent and everything. So I got one of these things here because I have been having more hand issues lately, and I wanted to try to like exercise my hands some. So I don't really know how much this actually does. As a little knob that can make it more, I guess, act like more weight. Or is that more? Blanking on the word, make it harder to do. More resistance. That's it. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I've just been keeping it at my desk, so I have something here while I'm thinking that I can try to squeeze and make my hands work longer. That's it. I mean, I'm just counting down. I have like a month left until the con, and I really want to get more things printed by then. I've painted some more pins. I have a few more that I'm going to be printing out. I did not make time to really share on social, so I'm going to try to do that this week to see if anyone who's planning on being at the con would like to get a commission so that I can do them while I'm at, or do them beforehand and deliver them at the con. We'll see how that goes. Um, I'm not really good at selling myself, and I'm trying to do a little bit better about that here by just talking about my life and sharing things I'm doing. So hopefully people can feel a little bit more connected than, if I just like post something onto Mastodon or Blue Sky every once in a while. I admit I'm not the best at social media for a variety of reasons, and yeah, I have a lot of things to get done. I still have a lot of progress being made, but oh, so much more that I'm just not going to get done in time. So with that, I'm going to try to spend minimal amount of time editing this today, and also working on PawPals and working on some drawings. And whatever it is that you're doing, I want to see you put it out there in the world. I'm stressed thinking, oh, there are going to be people who will crap on things just because that's how they get their pleasure, enjoyment in life. And also, that's a good way to engage with people, as in engage with other people, being like, look, I hate all of the right things, which is a whole different other story. But yeah, put things out in the world. I enjoy things that other people create. I enjoy so many things on the internet that other people have made for free just because they want to make it and to share it with other people. And that's really what I'm trying to do. And yeah, I hope you'll come along with me. With that, take care. Have a great day. See you next time.